To watch the Minnesota Cup Super Final, Minnesota United U19 against Vlora FC. We've got two good teams tonight that I'm excited to watch. I'm Dan Hudeman. I'm here with Willem Hudeman. So you've got a whole lot of Hudeman tonight. Minnesota United just walked out, and they've got Cage Romanchin, who just came back from the MLS Next All-Star weekend type of thing that they do in MLS Next. So United are coming with a really strong team. Vlora, however, fresh off of the most interesting 4-4 draw that I've ever seen in my life. I don't know that I've ever seen more than a goal scored in injury time, let alone 4. Vim, how many have you seen scored in extra time?
2 at the most. I don't see a lot of goals scored in extra time.
You're young, but I don't know the next time you'll see 4. So maybe tonight, though.
Maybe. We'll
Fingers certainly crossed. The winner of this game is going to play the winner of Minneapolis City and Med City, playing tonight. Also kicking off at 7 p.m. down in Rochester. The final is going to be on Saturday here at Macalester College at 7 p.m. If I were you, I would not miss it. As we get started here, we want to thank Mikasa, official game ball of the Super Cup, and our other sponsors, Body Armor, Turbo Tims, Wolf Creek Watch Company. If I were you, I would spend all of your money at those places. It is a hot, hot night here in St. Paul. 90 degrees here at kickoff. Smoky, but Apple weather tells me not unhealthfully so. That said, I'm glad I'm not running around playing tonight. Vin, what are you looking forward to seeing in this game?
I want to see a lot of goals, a lot of passing, and a lot of teamwork.
I like it. Those things together, many people say, are the recipe for success, particularly the goals.
True.
Although sometimes it's also the defending. It just depends on your perspective.
Also true.
I will say Minnesota United come into this game having given up a single goal in 2 games. They beat Minneapolis City 1-0 early in May, and then drew with Duluth up in Duluth. You know, that one easily could have been 6-1 to the Little Loons, but you know, that Duluth team has a lot of strength, a lot of experience, and they grabbed that draw, but Duluth got knocked out by Minneapolis City 3-1 in the last group game. Anyway, here we go. United kickoff, and they are on the ball early. You know, when we saw them in Minneapolis, Vim, they were really patient with the ball, spent a lot of time just passing the ball, pulling teams out of position. They're going to be interesting to watch against a Vlora team that really likes to go vertical. That's back to Jack Roach. Again to Merrick Schaefer. Oh, that's a tough giveaway there. United on the attack. Knocks it through. That's a little too far for Perry Belay. He keeps it in. And there's that patience from United again. Work it back. No problems. Skin through, Belay up front. You got Oscar Alvarez, a lot of experience there at center back. He is not unduly put out by that one. Vlora in a low block. Really comfortable having United on the ball and haven't been unduly pressured yet, although I will say, I think I'm contractually obligated to, that it is early in the game. Oh, nice attack cutting across the back line. Nice shot, but that is blocked. Again, it's that man Alvarez. He's going to be busy tonight. You know, that's a really, really big center back pairing that Vlora has. Hector Trigueros, Oscar Alvarez. I'm not sure they've broken a sweat yet, although it's been all United here in the early minutes. It's really impressive to watch the U19s, 18, 19-year-olds playing against a Vlora team, very experienced. These guys a little bit older, look so physically. Certainly they've done well in the UPSL. With the patience, the quality on the ball, this Loons team is really, really clean. I say that as Vlora passed the ball out for a throw-in. That's not something you've seen United do yet today, is it?
It's not, but then again, we are in the early minutes of the game. It could happen.
And when it does, we'll make sure that we say it out loud so you don't miss it.
Yes, we will.
There it is. That's Romanchin. Not finding a ton of space, but making making the defenders work hard. Sitting in sort of an attacking midfield role, trying to break those lines. He's quite the player. Oh, very nice combination there from United. You see him driving down the right. A lot of pressure on Vlora so far. Clearance only makes it as far as Perry Blay. This game has been pretty much all United so far. But it doesn't take much. You know, looks like Vlora sitting with a 4-1-4-1. I'd look for them to break with pace when they get the opportunity. Question is, are they going to get the opportunity? They've been suffocated so far. Nice step up from Trigueros, finds Prince Okonkwo in midfield, but he gives it away. United back on the attack. And that's out for injury precaution. Very sportsmanlike, really. In the other game, Minnesota United has kicked off against Med City down in Rochester. And the Mighty Crows are already on the board. Dennis Mensah scoring early. If that results holds, of course, Minneapolis City are through to the final on Saturday here at Macalester College at 7 p.m. Romanchin back on the ball. They do such a nice job of making space for themselves, moving and interchanging positions. I say that, of course, as Avery Larson just charges down Merrick Schaefer there, or sorry, Thomas Neeser, but nothing comes of it except a United shot. Goes a little bit wide of Mitch Wolf in the Vlora goal. We saw this in the earlier games, Vin. Just a ton of patience from Minnesota United as they look to break down these teams. Don't need to force anything. Know they've got a lot of time. You think Vlora has it in them to hold out?
Maybe. I feel like, though, it's going to be the second half talk that's going to just like get Vlora on their toes and ready to fight back.
You know, with this heat, it does not sound like a bad idea to conserve some energy and be ready to really start to push in the second half. That is what Duluth did in their game against United U19 that ended 1-1. And surely they watched that and took notes.
Surely they did.
A nice vertical ball. We've got Ipsais on the attack. Tackled down, but it finds Leon. Swarming defense from Vlora, but they can only get it back to the United midfield. We'll scoop over the top by Neeser. Impressive from Blay there to keep the ball. You're not going to see many low blocks lower than this from Vlora, who are just comfortable sitting right at the very top of their 18-yard box. I was a fan of the old Jose Mourinho teams. You know, you love to see it. But also, you know, a goal is just going to open this contest up. United really looking down that right side. We got Perry Blay partnering really well with Miguel Leon. A lot of time out wide, back into the midfield, back out wide. I don't know if they've targeted Ricardo Vera Martinez, the Vlora left back, or if they're just trying to start to stretch out those center backs. But it'll be interesting to see if they continue down that right side as the game moves on. That's Mitch Wolf in the Vlora goal. Former professional, played in Nisa with Stumptown. Before that, he'd been at Minneapolis City in the NPSL and won a UPSL title with them. Went to the national last 16 with Minneapolis City a few years ago before joining Vlora, where he has been excellent. Long ball from Vlora. Looked like they almost got the second ball there. Andy Mendoza can't quite keep control of it. That may be where they find their opportunities in, is hit it long, hit it high, find the second ball. If you look at the size difference between the United center backs and the Vlora center backs, gosh, the Vlora guys are almost twice as big.
I think with how big their defenders are, I think that they're thinking that other teams are just going to play long ball. So when they do play long ball and the forward's going, the defender can just hop over him, use that height to his advantage, and hopefully header it back to Florida.
Yeah. I mean, with the height that Vlora has, it makes sense to play that high ball. I mean, if you're looking up top, Ibrahima Indaw, the Vlora forward, he's as big as Alvarez and Tugueres. Off of Indaw, finds Robert Cooper. Little spell of possession for Vlora, but Indaw's header doesn't find Larson. And United are on the attack again. Oh, a lovely ball through. Mitch Wolf is out to thwart Miguel Leon. That's the first time this game's really opened up. It's been so disciplined, but a quick transition, and this almost got interesting.
Almost.
We're on the attack. Down to the touch line. Oh, and it's right to end. Oh. And shoots it over. Oh, I thought that, man, he's going to want that one back. Goal at his mercy. I'm not even sure I could call that an awkward bounce, Fim. I would have guessed he'd have buried that one.
It bounced right before him. He took the volley with what he could, and then went over the crossbar.
That's tough. I'm not sure if Vlora are going to get a lot of chances. This is one of those games where if you're going to play deep, look to break out, you really got to convert when you can. That said, Vlora's got to be encouraged. They were able to put a little bit of pressure on that United back line, and it almost told. Larson upset with Okonkwo for not, Robert Cooper on the wing for Vlora, upset with Okonkwo for not playing that ball to him. I think that's what we're going to see, though, as Vlora starts to feel their way into this game. A quick pass or two, and then get direct. Get direct, whether it's that high ball or, try and split those defenders. This may not be one-way traffic after all. Nice pressure there from the tireless Tamer Ebsais. That was a challenge for Robert Cooper. That ball drifting aimlessly, but he picks it up. He's keeping him on his toes. I know I've played that ball a few times to my teammates. Now this game just feels like it's on the knife edge, about to burst into life, but hasn't quite yet, has it, Vim?
It has not. As you said, it is not one-way traffic here. Minnesota United ruling the first 3 minutes, and now it looks like it's going to be a fun game.
You can tell a goal is going to break this one open. You know, it's still United's patience. As the Vlora drum opens up, you know, good for them. Let's get through the first 15. They're probably saying, let's see how this one goes. Free kick, played high, of course. Jack Roach in goal. Not bothered, is he?
No, he's not.
You know, you look at that. Long ball played out wide to Kana. 3-on-2. Just want a little bit more decisiveness there. Take the man on, you know, get it down and go at him. I know I'm sounding a little bit like Roy Keane here, but you know, I think in games like this we've seen sometimes it just turns on you know, just a little bit of determination to get down there. And we see Perry Blay getting into the box. That's cleared. Donis Vicente tracking back. And using his size, holds the ball up. A little bit back to that pattern that we had early in the game. Very patient from United, really willing to slow the game down. And in this heat, why not? Romanchin with a foul there. He takes out Prince Okonkwo. It's only the second foul so far. Not going to get a lot of fouls when one team has the ball as much as the Little Loons have. They've really put on a master class of possession, yet at the same time, you'd have to say that Vlora have had the best opportunity. That looked like that may have been one that Avery Larson's going to feel tomorrow. He went high up to win that one, accidentally undercut. No intent in that one, but you fall like that on turf like this, and yeah, it might take a minute for it to feel good. Down in Rochester in the other semifinal, it's still Minneapolis City 1, Med City 0. Dennis Mensah, who's been on fire lately for the Crows with an early goal, a half volley. Reports are that it is, and I quote, a banger. A lot of time left, though. In both games, they started almost simultaneously. I don't know about you, Vim, but while I can appreciate just the patience, the technical ability of United, you know. Oh, as Vlora spring the counterattack, you know, I'm looking for more like that. I'm more of an action-oriented guy, and I just want to see somebody right up the gut, you know.
What I think United here are trying to do is they're trying to pass early, get Vlora to try and chase after that ball so later in the game they can just dribble past them because they're so tired.
You know, that makes sense, particularly because, you know, these Vlora guys, this is definitely semi-pro, and they're not training every day. You know, fitness, you know, as we've seen as you get older is an issue. And, you know, with this United team, you know, they're nearing the end of their season, a season that's at least twice as long as what these summer league teams are playing. So not a bad idea. Really stretch that defense, make them work hard, win this one in the second half. Or break free. That's a nice ball as Cooper gets past Leatherman. He's into the box. Shot. Roach save. That's cleared up from Merrick Schaefer. Tough angle to do too much more with it, although, gosh, you know, if you're Larson there, you wish he'd have just made Roach do more than put his arm out. That said, good, strong save from the young stopper. It's a nice drive through there from United. Unfortunately, they're running into the wall. That has been Trigueros and Alvarez. Cooper Lajewski. Oh, nice ball. Bray across the... Oh, my gosh. How did he miss that? Wow. What a nice interchange there. Blay, who got through, could have taken it. Angle wasn't great. He slides it across the goal, and the attacking Leo kind of gets stuck in his own feet. All right, well, they're gonna. We've had two big chances missed so far. It's one of those where we've got a whole lot of, you know, pass, probe, pass. The few areas of excitement we've had, and we've had two big chances that haven't been converted.
That United one that just happened, just a shocker. He's gonna want to cry after that. He's just gonna want to have that back so badly.
I mean, we've all been there one time or another, but man, I'm glad that wasn't me today.
I mean, that's happened to me quite a few times.
And it really does come down, how are you going to come back to this, right? You got a team of young players, you know, and you've got out on the left wing there, you know, on both wings for United, really a lot of attacking verve. Is that going to get in their head, or are they going to brush that off? I think that the game really is going to hinge on the confidence here. You know, these young guys looking at these Vlora players, so much bigger, stronger, older. They haven't been phased yet, but can't have too many misses like that before it starts to get in your head.
True. With this United team, though, if they keep making these chances, one time or another, they are going to score.
It certainly looks like it. They've done a really nice job of ensuring that they've got the ball in really high-quality positions. I mean, they're using every inch of the pitch, wide, forward, back, great interplay of you know, the players with the ball, changing positions. You know, but as much as you can rave about them, you know, outside of that one that really should have been a goal, Vlora hasn't seemed too bothered. And that, I think, is that experience showing. You know, they've been here before. They know the game. They're patient. I kind of wish we could fast forward this one 40 minutes or so and see what we get as that clock starts to, you know, tick down to 90 minutes. Look at that, Ricardo Vera Martinez, twists and turns. It's a lovely little tackle there from Eric Schaefer. Down in Rochester, it's still 1-0 to Minneapolis City. Sounds like that game started hot and has slowed down a little bit. I mean, that's a thing with cup football here, right? Where sometimes it can be a little bit more cagey. You've got 90 minutes, and you really got to limit mistakes. So we're seeing that here with both of these teams tonight, playing their game plan. Nobody's rushing. Ooh. Romanshin. He's taken down there by Alejandro Cosmopoulos. Didn't seem there was much more in it than a foul, but that's smart play from Romanshin. Get your body there around the ball. Win that free kick 30 yards out. I can say that with confidence because I've got the football line markers. Oftentimes the multi-sport fields get a bad rap, but I don't know. I feel like it's got some benefits from time to time.
Sure does.
Whoa!
Oh!
Romanshin fires his free kick off the crossbar. Mitch Wolf was there, but I'm not sure he would have kept that out. That was lovely.
If you made that, would have been an absolute banger. 30 out, firing it right under the goalie's hands. He would have just been so happy right there.
He would have. One of the best in MLS Next. And he's showing it tonight. Nice little ball. He hits out to Blay again. Blay's been so dangerous today. That one easily picked up by Alvarez. And using his size again. Big tackle from Schaefer. Should take a moment to mention our sponsor, Wolf Creek Watch Company. Check them out online, wolfcreekwatches.com. You will not be disappointed. I've had my eye on a few of them. In fact, the toughest part for me has been deciding which one I should get. They're made here in Minnesota, and make sure you check them out as soon as this game is finished. Oh, nice ball and a shot. What a save on Lejewski from Mitch Wolf. Split the defenders there with a beautiful pass. Lejewski turns. Wow, a lot of poise there. Wolf at full stretch just tips that one around the post. That was a heck of a save. What a turn, though, from the young center forward.
Best save I've seen in a long time. Maybe ever.
That was lovely. His positioning was perfect, and at full stretch, just chipped that around the post. Romanshin with the cross. Wolf punches it wide, and Vlora fire clear. That's a foul there. That's a tough one there. Obvious foul. I don't think there's anything more in it. Everyone's playing hard. Good crowd in here in St. Paul. Finding Enda again. Nice ball there. Vicente. Pushed back by Blay. Here's Cooper. Ball on the ground. Oh, lovely little move there by Cooper. Jonah Gasho, the center back, he was not expecting that. He almost had his pocket picked. Looks like the linesman called it back for offside. That was that's one of those veteran plays where a little bit tricky, do some things that the young guns haven't seen yet.
Appears to be a water break.
It is. With 90 degrees in this humidity, makes sense.
Really does. I mean, you're going to be playing real hard in this first half. You want to get the upper hand.
If you're Vlora, what do you do differently?
I think that Minneapolis United here they're faster. They're passing the ball. They can, if it's a bad pass, they can run past the Vlora defenders and then just get those chances, cross it, use that speed to come up. I think Vlora, they need to be more on their toes. So if there is a lot of 1-2s, 1-touches like Minnesota United has been doing, they are going to need to be on their toes, ready to go anywhere.
Yeah. And you can see Vlora playing that really low block, trying to make sure there's not a bunch of space behind them. United keep pushing on that right side. It'll be interesting to see, do they continue to try and get to that touchline and cut back, or do they start to hit that long diagonal? We saw early, or we saw kind of late in the half, just a few minutes ago, Leon start to hit some more searching balls over to Kana on the left side, really start to stretch Vlora out. That said, they don't really seem to want to come out of their shell too much. They've seen what can happen. Quick attacks and the counter from Vlora, using Enda to hold the ball up, using Vicente and Cooper on the wings, run on balls that split the defense. It has really been a cagey match here in the first 30 minutes here, the first half of the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. And we'll take a minute then to thank our sponsor, Body Armor Sports Drink. If you're out playing sports, maybe on a day that's hot and smoky like today, maybe on a normal day, doesn't really matter, because Body Armor is going to keep you hydrated and tastes good too, which is really important for my hydration. If you got a choice, I choose Body Armor. I think you should too. We'll just note that in the Super Cup, here in the semifinal, should this be tied at the end of regulation, it goes to 2 15-minute halves of overtime. And should it be tied, then it goes to penalties. So this is a World Cup-style tournament. We've got World Cup-style rules here for the semifinal, and those would also hold true for the final itself.
I think it would be really exciting to see a PK, as we've seen. The Minnesota United can really hit the ball, really strike it well. Vlora also can too, as we saw as Nada hit that volley just over the crossbar early in this half.
I think that going to penalties would be a pretty fun little semifinal. United have only scored 2 goals in their 2 games. They got out of Group A, the group of death really, with Minneapolis City and Duluth. They beat Minneapolis City 1-0, drew with Duluth 1-1. Then Minneapolis City beat Duluth 3-1 to finish second. Duluth got knocked out. But not a ton of goals. Now compare that to Vlora. Vlora lost to Med City 1-0 down in Rochester. Now that was, I believe, their 4th game in 8 days. They had 2 UPSL games. They were playing in the USASA National Amateur Cup, and then they had the Super Cup. So they were really stretched for resources. They then went and drew St. Croix 4-4. They went through on goal differences. St. Croix had lost to Med City 3-1. That said, Vlora showed the ability to score goals, and scored against a very good defensive team in St. Croix. And this game is just waiting for a goal to really open it up. And we got a yellow card to Romanchin there as he takes down Vicente. That's the first yellow card here of the match. Here in the 36th minute.
A lot of people have been on the ground this game. This is a very aggressive, very entertaining game.
It really has opened up after kind of a slow, very patient start, and one can only hope it opens up some more. Nice flick on from Endaw. Roach gets there. He claims that one in front of Avery Larson. Sorry, Robert Cooper. Tricky there from Mubses. He's been good in the center midfield, and it really feels like that's been a strength for Minnesota United. Ability to control the ball, comfortable in tight spaces. Romanchin, Ibsas, Thomas Neisser, they've all been excellent. So that ball's overhit to Perry Blay. Now Miguel Leon the ball. Oh, and that is a tough giveaway, but Robert Cooper shoves his man over. Nice one from Kana. Oh, he fires over.
He's gonna want that one back so badly.
What do they say in FIFA? High wide, not at all handsome. That was unfortunate. He was through and into the 6-yard box. Ooh, snatch at that chance.
Launched it over the crossbar. Like I said before, he's gonna want that back so much.
We were talking about that earlier, just a little bit, the patience on the ball, but get in front of the goal, they're going to keep rushing it. They have so far. Not saying it's going to take something special. It just may take a half second just to calm yourself before taking that shot. At Foster Leon. And that's a foul in a good free kick position. A Conco on Romanchin. We saw what happened last time he was shooting from about 30 yards.
Fired it at the crossbar. Goalie couldn't have saved it if it had not hit the crossbar. So hope he actually gets a goal this time. Not at the crossbar.
There's nothing I love more than a good free kick goal. This is a tasty position. You've got Thomas Neisser standing over it. Romanchin is in the vicinity. And now he's standing over it. I would too after that last one. I'd want a second crack at this. That's not as nice as the first one. Can't get it down, and it is over the bar. There's a minute's countdown here in the first half. It's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that may happen in the second half. Vlora, it's starting to look like they're tiring maybe a little bit. They've been playing a lot of defense, a lot of hard running. But they have had their chances. United have too, and I'm not sure I'd change anything at the moment. But eventually we are going to need a goal to settle this one. And how the players respond as the pressure starts to add up over the minutes is going to be the most interesting part of this really cagey, really finely balanced match. Look at that. Thomas Neisser, very nice job with Enda all over him. That ball's out wide to Kana. He's got the overlap right into Mitch Wolf's hands, but we've got, looks like a Conco down for Vlora. And we'll get the physio on. They were tangling in the midfield there. Vlora really looking to press there around 30, 35 yards out. They're in a very compact 4-1-4-1, playing a low block. Looks like Akonko's okay. Down in Rochester, it's still 1-0 to Minneapolis City. Right now, the storyline down there is, and there's a lot that the referees had to do that if you're a fan of CONCACAF soccer, you'll recognize. You can switch over to that. They're on YouTube as well. The semifinals happening simultaneously here tonight to decide who goes to the Super Cup final, which will be Saturday, July 29th, 7 p.m. here at Macalester College, where we are now. The winner of Minneapolis City and Med City playing in Rochester, and this game, Minnesota United U19 against Vlora FC. And this is a great matchup kind of across the semifinals. You've got Vlora from the UPSL, MLS Next represented by Minnesota United U19, NPSL and Med City, and then USL League 2 by Minneapolis City. So we've got the mix of the pre-professional leagues as they go at it to determine who's the best. Wolves fires it to Vera Martinez, short for a second. Vlora comes back with it after pinballing a little bit, and that's the ball you like to see. Nice stuff from Cosmopolis. He gets it wide to Cooper. Nice stuff there. Oh, Cooper working hard. Ooh, and that is a foul.
2 yards forward, and we would have had a PK already.
We would have. That was smart from Cooper there. You know, or Cosmopolis. Apologies. Just taking a second on the ball, switching it to his other foot. Schaefer comes right through him, and there's really no doubt this is a dangerous spot for a free kick. And we'll see how Roach sets up his wall. Right here at the end of the half, this would add a lot of spice to the game if they were able to convert this.
How close this game is, I think, if Vlora makes this goal, I think they're making it to the finals.
You're calling it this early. Okay. Well, we'll see what they can do with it.
It's been very even, though, I think. If Vlora does score.
Oh, Cosmopolis off of the wall. Alvarez wins the header, but can't find a Vlora player. And United break away. There's a Vlora man down. Looks like could have been a clash of heads there. Wellied away by Vera Martinez, and they'll go to check on, it looks like. I'll tell you in the smoke, it's difficult to tell. That may be Andy Mendoza who was knocked down there as a challenge of heads for the ball. And held back by Schaefer, but nothing in it, says the referee, and visibly frustrated by that one. And here comes Neisser again. He has just played his way into the game and been a real force there at the base of the midfield. Leatherman on the ball. Nice sliding tackle from Cosmopolis. I love how United swarm there around the ball. Vicente plays it wide. They continue to look wide right there. And the referees indicated there will be a minimum, Vim, of 3 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of the first half of the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. Minnesota United really dominating possession. You have to say they had the better chances, but Vlora by no means out of that and could have taken the lead early before Endog blazed over. This has been an engrossing match. I'm looking forward to the next 45.
I am too. I hope that these halftime speeches will just do a lot for both of the teams, or one of the teams, so they can get the upper hand and finally put one in the back of the net.
It does feel like it's just going to take a burst of energy or inspiration to break this game open. Oh, and that is definitely a free kick. You know, you just got to love. Lajewski's just so good with his back to the goal, holding the ball up. That was really, really nice. And Alvarez, I'm not sure that he should have put the boot in, but can't have him turn. He had runners going past him. They've been really asking some questions of this Vlora defense. I've been impressed by Alvarez and Queros so far, but we've got a free kick here about 25 yards out, and wouldn't this be a way to go into the locker room at halftime on the back of a goal?
United, this is their third kick from like 25 to 30 out. If they keep getting this, they are eventually going to get a goal. Just rip it into the back of the net.
It really is a numbers game in many ways. Certainly when you've got the quality of Romanchin here, who is having a little conversation with his coach over on the side there. Kind of a baseball move there. I'm surprised they haven't done, like the first baseline, first base coach type of messaging if they've got places they want to have him send the ball. And now I'm even keener than ever to see what he does with this one. Romanchin fires, but it's wide. Wolf doesn't even move. He seemed to know that one wasn't going to trouble him at all. And we've got mere seconds here in the first half. If you were going in to the locker room with Vlora, Vim, what would you tell this team if you're the coach? How do they unlock this United defense?
United, they're passing a lot. You guys just need to be right on that guy. If you see their body weight, if you see a person looking for a pass to them, you got to get the first step, get ahead, intercept the pass.
There have been a number of situations, particularly as they do their little kind of 1-2s as they work one side to the other, where they're playing a flat ball. A flat ball will come off of the attacking midfielder or the forward. And, yeah, you could very well jump on that. If I was sitting as one of their fullbacks, I might be looking for that. Is it worth leaving early? It might be. Win that ball, find your winger, find your forward, see if you can't break out. It's going to take something like that. It's going to take a risk if you're Vlora to be able to get on the score sheet, it seems. Now, if you're United, what do you have to do to break down Vlora? You've had some chances. You haven't been able to put it in the back of the net. You're the coach. What are you telling them at halftime?
They are very aggressive. You got to be just as aggressive. They might be bigger, but you're younger. You're going to have more energy, so use it defending. You're doing very good attacking. Keep up that energy, but defensively, you've got to get stronger.
That's a good point. They really have been looking to take advantage of their size. Vlora has, as they've been on the attack, using Endog, who is big, strong player, and does a really nice job as a target forward to play off of the center backs, find some space, hold the ball up, bring other players in. But he has given up the ball when pressed, and so I think you're right. These young guys have to play like they don't know what age everybody is. Nice ball there from Schaefer. It gets wide. That could be something that you start to look for, is that diagonal to the left where Kana's attacking in. He's been the danger man. He's had 2 big misses, but, in his defense, he's gotten himself into positions that no other player has so far today. That's halftime. 0-0 between Minnesota United U19 and Vlora FC in the first half of the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. And we're back here for the second half of this Minnesota Super Cup semifinal between Minnesota United U19s and Vlora FC. Vim, what are you looking for this second half?
I want to see a goal. We've had so many chances this first half. Some close, some not. I want to see a goal put away.
I agree with you. That's really what's going to open this game up. United with 2 gilt-edged chances, and Vlora could have opened the scoring when that ball fell to Indal, but none of them could put those away. Cagey match. You feel like a goal, and then all of a sudden, you've got one team that they've got to score. It's going to change the complexion of a game that has been really a tactical battle. I'd love to see them just going at each other.
Yeah, I want to see good passing from United. They've been very good at that this game. I want to see that continue. It's just beautiful, beautiful soccer.
It really has been. Their patience really could have been rewarded twice. One in particular just slipped across the front of the goal by Perry Blay. Leo Kana, hard to tell. Did he get stuck in the turf? Did the cutback wrong foot him a little bit? It seemed like an easy side foot there into the goal. But none of them are easy at this level, and that's why we're still knotted at 0-0. And we're off for the second half. Down in Rochester, the first half between Minneapolis City and Med City ended at 1-0 to Minneapolis City. The winner, of course, of that semifinal will go on to face the winner of this semifinal. I should note that if the scores remain level at the end of 90 minutes, we'll have 2 15-minute halves. If the scores are still level, we go to penalties. United on the attack again and again. That center back pairing of Oscar Alvarez and Hector Triqueros, just nonplussed.
Yes, those center backs, they're very tall, they're very good, they're very aggressive. They just make a great team. But when they get it, they just kick it up away from the pressure. That sometimes is very good when it's like 4 guys coming on you. Sometimes when you have space, you just need to slow down like United's been doing and get it out.
Yeah, Vlora's really been able to keep that low block going because of the excellence of their center backs. And not to take away anything from a team that has been very disciplined in a 4-1-4-1 low block, low Mourinho-like block. But if you've got to pick out 2 so far, it has been the center backs who've really shown.
And the outside mids for United on their team, they've just shown. Getting the ball, getting it up, just doing those nice cross, sometimes passes, right out, right into the middle for their forwards and attacking midfielders to take a shot.
Absolutely right. That's been Leo Kana on the left, Miguel Leon on the right. It's been interesting to see Leon tuck in a lot into the middle, allow Perry Blay, the fullback, to overlap. That's given United 4 men in the middle with Ipsas, Romanchin, Neisser, and then, of course, Leon. And they've really controlled the game, and you can see it right now again, as they're just dominating that space in the middle, right in front of the Vlora defense. Nice shot. Whoa. Mishandles. That ball spins, and for a second it looked like that would have spun in. He was spared some blushes there. Shades almost of Rob Green in the World Cup back in 2010, England against the United States. I really just like to bring that one up as much as possible. That was among my most favorite and/or hilarious goals I've ever seen scored.
What happened there, though, he shot from like point blank. Real hard shot, wanted to get it in. That goalie's going to have to be top notch if he's going to want to not even bobble it a little.
You're giving Mitch Wolf a lot of credit, as well you should. He's a experienced goalkeeper, a former pro. Again, he played Nisa with Stumptown before coming back to Minnesota and joining Vlora. That's Joe Nagasho, the center back. He's on the ball, and we've kind of returned to regular programming. United really dominating, probing, Vlora trying to break out. Oh, and you can see the fitness really telling now from Minnesota United. Romanchin gets past 3 or 4 men, but then Prince Akonko is able to clean it up. Oh, a nice 1-2. United almost break through, but again, it's those center backs. They're giving up nothing, although that one was pretty last-ditch defending.
These defenders, these center backs, they are the reason Vlora are still in this game and not losing like 3-0. They are the reason that Vlora actually has a chance at making the finals.
Like I said, in the first half, we got a pretty decent crowd here in St. Paul. Got some drums going for Vlora, although you'd say most of the crowd is probably shading towards Minnesota United. But a hot, hazy day in St. Paul did not keep the fans away. More patience here from United, and we saw this the whole first half, really. They're content, keep the ball, move it around. They're confident in their technical ability. And there you go. Nice ball through. Lajewski, what a save from Mitch Wolf. That was incredible. You thought he had that buried. I'm not sure if that was fingernail or just his... Did he cough? I can't believe he saved it like that. What a save, and we're still 0-0.
When I just saw that 1-2, in my mind, I'm like, United's going to get the upper hand, early goal. It's going to get to Vlora's head. They're going to make it to the finals. But Wolf, what a save. I mean, just what a save. It's top-notch goalkeeping we saw right there.
You do start to wonder just how long Vlora can hold out like this, especially as they start to tire, and if we'll start to see some subs to freshen things up for the UPSL side. Whereas United, very much they're in their element. They've still got all the energy. They're still making the runs. They're still pressing hard, and Vlora, as you can see, with that slightly wayward pass there, just too much from Larson and Cooper. Those are the types of giveaways that, gosh, they're tough. You use your energy getting up the field. Now it's right back down your throat. Romanchin fires. That's a little closer to the corner flag than the goal. Still counts as a shot, though.
It does, but not a good shot, not on target. That's what you got to do. You got to take those chances. Basically say to the defenders, we can take shots. You're not doing well. You're not going to be able to defend us. Just get in their head. And once you get in their head, you're going to get goals.
Here comes Kana. Kana shoots right at Wolf. From a slow first half, where we just had 2 big chances for United, only 2 shots on goal. We've already had 3 here on goal in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the half. United going for the jugular. They want to get into this final. This is the type of cup football that you really want to see. We're wide, Pascal Leatherman. Getting a lot of time to turn. Lovely, lovely ball through. But there's that man Wolf again.
He's just so good at getting his body in front of the ball, like getting a fingertip on it, just being right there, like he can tell, and he just knows where the ball is going to go, where it's going to land, where it's going to soar. That just gives him a commanding air over his box.
That's that experience there. Vicente showing a little bit of experience there. He gets shoved over. I'd call that a veteran move to win the free kick, and really being able to manage the clock, to get free kicks, to get some time to take a rest. That's going to be a key for Vlora as they're up against these young guys. They haven't slowed down since the warm-ups. Nice ball in. Very, very nice there from Perry Blay. He had to do it. And that's where, if you're Vlora, winning those free kicks, playing the high ball, you know that you've got that height advantage. You know you've got that strength advantage. Can they make it pay here? They almost did right there, except for Perry Blay.
These Vlora players, they might be taller, they might be stronger, but these United players, as we have seen, can jump high. Their head are getting equal with the Vlora players. They are just dominating.
They have a nice little corner kick routine. Alvarez can't quite get ahead on it. I'll go back on the ball. Nice forward to Enda. Very brave there from Eric Schaefer. And that's overhit. They've really been looking for Leo Kana out on the left. He has been their danger man. I wouldn't be surprised if they start to go more towards that diagonal. Get on the front foot, see what you can do.
Vlora, they've been giving United, as we've seen many times in this game, United, they just turn around Vlora, or Vlora's just giving them space to turn. That's been making a very big difference. That's what's been the difference this game.
A big ball, Wolf coming out. This game is getting a little sloppier as it gets more open. But you love to see United going for the jugular. They're so patient early. Now they're willing to try some things. And you just feel the way things are going that one of them's going to come off. Kind of wide, Trejeros. And Pablo Ramos. Knocks it out. United get the ball again. We've got another semifinal going on right now down in Rochester. Med City of the NPSL are hosting Minneapolis City from USL League 2. Minneapolis City continue to have a 1-0 lead in a very, very close game. Both of these ties finally balanced. The winners will play in the final on Saturday here at Macalester College in St. Paul. Vicente on the attack. Well defended there from Perry Blay. He's had a very, very good game. I've been impressed with him. He's been as good going forward as he has been defending. Laura putting some pressure on him, which I think is smart, given you know, when he's had time to move forward and Leon tuck in, he's really been the creator of chances for United. Has done a really nice job of getting him involved in the game early, using him as an outlet.
A little bit less patient than they were in this first half.
Absolutely. I love to see them pushing the tempo. Love to see them really trying to stretch this defense. But from Vlora's side, you love to see them really starting to press. They're both teams starting to get out of their shell a little bit. Still 0-0, but this has been a much more exciting second half than we saw that really cagey first.
Still have 30 minutes to go, and I hope we will see a goal. United once again playing it up wide.
They're getting so much time in the midfield there that they're really getting an opportunity for really any of the United midfielders, particularly that man there, Thomas Neisser, to take a minute, play a pass, trying to split the center back and the fullback. That one didn't quite work for him, but really start to push that Florida defense back. Hard to conserve energy when you're doing 10, 20-yard wind sprints every few minutes.
It's hard. You just want to like slow down, just jog to the ball. But you just got to get to the ball. Otherwise, you're just going to let the team dribble and then have 5, 10 yards of space right in front or in the 18-yard box. And they're going to fire a shot. Goalie's going to have a hard time saving it. The Wolf, with how his game is going, if that happened, well, I think we'd all expect to see a save.
You know, the way he's playing, sometimes with goalies, it's such a confidence position. You know, he's probably thinking right now, no one's going to score on him for the rest of his life. And you need that. You can ride that, you know, through to the second half, through to extra time. And if you get into penalties with that type of feeling, with that type of flow, well, it just might go your way after all. Nice tackle on the attacking tackle. This is Assad. Sem Al Sayed. He gets stuck though again. You know, Alvarez and Triqueros just on there. They've been walls tonight. And Endon, nice win over Neser. Back to Prince Okondo. Lovely to Cooper. This is nice from Vlora. That may have been their best passage of play so far today. Robert Cooper there on the attack, and he get past Leatherman. He wins a corner.
Vlora, they've been really getting into United's box on these corners. The few they've had, but the keepers, they're just playing such a big part in this game, hitting it away, making great saves.
Down in Rochester, Med City have just scored to make it 1-1. So we've got 2 draws on the cards here with about 30 minutes or so to go in both semifinals here in the Minnesota Super Cup. Oh, nice ball from Vera Martinez. Endog can't quite direct it. It just seems to slide over the top of his head with a goal at his mercy.
That's going to be an offsides.
That was. Ramos dropped behind his center backs, but not far enough to play Lajewski on sides. I'd love to see an ambitious first ball like that. I know it's a little bit Route 1, but get the defense wondering what you're going to do after 60 minutes of short passes. Why not? Ball's out wide to Kana again.
Nice pass. Great defending, like we said. These center backs, they are on fire tonight.
They really are. Just haven't been able to get past them, have United, despite having most of the ball and really good.
Hector Triagraz, Oscar Alvarez, Mitch Wolf, they are what are keeping Vlora in this game. Great defending, great goalkeeping. It's just amazing.
And another quick goal from Med City, and now it is Med City 2, Minneapolis City 1 down in Rochester. If this holds, Med City will go through to the final here on Saturday against the winner of this match.
Nice pass. Cross into the middle. Oh,
whoa.
What a head. He missed that first header. Gets hit back up, takes a header. It was a great job. But then Wolf just jumps up, grabs it out of the air.
Great positioning again from the goalkeeper. Sometimes you make it look easy by being in the right spot.
Good header. Oh, unluckily hit it back. Vlora.
Surging ball.
Two great tackles by Vlora.
Yeah, they're trying to jump out of that low block really quickly, see if they can't spring a counter. If they can't, they fall right back into those two banks of four. But here we see it again, jumping on a flat pass.
Quick counter. Oh,
very
great
nice
tackle.
There. Oh, he's called for a foul.
Will there be a card? Yes. That's a yellow.
Yellow to Leatherman. I'm not sure I saw quite that much into it. Sorry, not Leatherman there, Jonah Gasho. Not sure I saw quite that much in it, but oh, and then you've got Merrick Schaefer throwing a second ball onto the field. We're seeing some gamesmanship. This is a match that both teams clearly want to win. If you're the referee, you've got a decision on how you start to calm that down now.
I just saw this United player take the ball, but the ball boy always threw the ball in. Then he threw the ball, hit the ref, and the ref just looked at him like, "You want to get red carded?"
Sometimes it just takes a look to sort things all out.
I mean, especially when you want to get a game and when a game's so bad, to get into such a game that's going to be a final. You just want to win it so badly. There's going to be some attitude.
Ramirez, nice ball to Endo, and he buries it.
Vlora!
What a goal! And then there's a contretemps there between United and looks like Alvarez. What a finish from Endo, though. Can't take anything away from that. The delivery from Rivera Martinez flew over the Minnesota United backline, which, to be fair, is considerably shorter than what Vlora is able to bring, and no chance, none at all for Jack Roach in goal. That makes it 1-0 to Vlora here in the semifinal. We've got about 20 minutes to go. Can United fight back?
That goal, though, was amazing. Diving header. Perfect. Head just went right by the goalie. Goalie went for it. Our Vlora forward dives for it. Just barely misses the goalie. Buries it in the net. That is a goal you're going to want to watch over and over again.
Coming on number 17, Mark Volquin. For number 3, Pablo Ramos.
So we've got a substitution for Vlora. Paulo Ramos is off for Mark Boquin.
For number 6, Avery Larson.
We also see Avery Larson come off for Suad Soljic. That makes sense for Vlora. Bring some energy in. Locked down here with a 1-0 lead. You got 20 minutes to the final.
Looked like hands were out. No, ref didn't see anything. Great attack down the middle. Great defending.
If you're United, you have a choice here.
And there's a foul card. There's a foul called 25 out from the goal. Let's see if Wolf can once again make a spectacular save and keep Vlora on the upper hand.
If you're United, you got a choice right now. You've got some, you're down a goal. You've been patient all game. What's it going to take to start to break these Vlora lines to really put them on the back foot? Well, it's going to start with a substitution here. We've got Thomas Neisser. He's coming off.
United, they've
United coming on number 24, Justin Barajas. For number 76, Thomas Martin.
All right, so that's Kaiser off for Justin Carajas, who's on. And he walks right in to stand over the ball.
United, they've had so many chances from about this far out. Can they put this one away? Sails over the crossbar.
You know, it's tough when, you know, you're facing a side like Vlora with the height that they have, the physicality. Typically, you'd want to cross that one, but who are you going to cross it to? You've got Endaw back, Alvarez, Traqueros. It's certainly changing the game, you know, the difference in stature between these two sides.
And Wolf, I think he's intimidating United now with all those amazing saves. They don't really want to go for goal, but they feel like they have to get themselves tied up now. Vlora on the attack. Taken back by United.
And Wolf's going to slow it down a little bit. Nice win from Leatherman, but whereas in the first half, it was always falling to a blue shirt, Vlora starting to find some good positions. Win the free kick there. That's just smart play, really. That's just understanding the game state, how much time is left. Every second matters. Gana with the tackle, but you gotta love how Cooper fights through that one. Soljic on the ball. Back to Cooper. That was cheeky.
That was
Looking for a little nutmeg there, which I know you'll love.
though that slide tackle was so nasty. You could see the ref was putting that whistle up to his mouth, and then you see Vlora get the ball back, and it's played on advantage.
A nice opportunity for United. Referee lets it play for advantage, calls it back. You just got to love refereeing like that. That's just fantastic. All too often, the referees are too quick to make the call. This was really excellent from the man in yellow. And a dangerous position for this free kick for Minnesota United.
Like I said before, they've had so many free kicks from around this area. I just want to see them put one in the back of the net. Very entertaining.
Number 8, Chris Okonkwo, in the 75th minute.
The ref shows us a yellow card.
Yeah, so Okonkwo goes in the book. Got a man lounging beneath the wall, which is my favorite.
I was about to say, looks like some ball boys or maybe girls have their feet on the field.
And Wolf falls on the ball. United have perhaps lost a bit of poise. I'm not sure that's a bad thing, though. You know, they're coming out of their shell, really trying to push it, but as the seconds tick away, you know, Vlora are going to be more and more confident of sitting on that lead. They've just been excellent defensively today, and they'll take their time here as we've got a water break. 1-0, Vlora leads Minnesota United U19 here in the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. They'll face the winner of Med City against Minneapolis City down in Rochester playing right now. It is 2-2. I am pleased to announce to all 4 people listening to my dulcet tones that the Mighty Crows have equalized. And it's 2-2. There's nothing like cup football when both teams are going at it, which is why, Vim, I think you and I can both agree that a United goal right here to put this one into a tie game with just a few minutes left would possibly be the most exciting thing since I realized there's a taco truck outside. What do you think?
I know. This is just so exciting, so exhilarating. That diving header that just, like, put the game away. United, it's going to be hard for them to come back.
I mean, that's a great point. That header was just pure class. I will say it did have a little bit of a men against boys feel to it, probably because that was a man who scored against two young guys who may not be able to vote yet. But that's actually the magic of this competition, bringing the different leagues together. And you have to say, Vlora have played this really, really well. Low block, great defensively, look to set pieces. Very professional performance, if you ask me.
And like I said in the first half, for Vlora, they're going to have to be on their toes, get ready for the pass. And like I said, their coach said, I've seen this so much now. They're just like, when they see a pass going, they know it's going, so they go. So if they don't intercept the ball, there's pressure on it right away, giving United more pressure than they've been used to this first half.
I mean, that is a great point, and credit again to Vlora for managing their own kind of fitness and energy. Because you're right, early in that first half, they did give them a ton of space, and as time went on, they started to jump on some of those flat balls that United's playing. You can see it sometimes as they work it wide. There'll be a flat ball as they try and work little triangles, and you'll see how Vlora's wingers or fullbacks will jump on those. It's just a very veteran performance. That said, I don't know that you can count Minnesota United out on this one. They've been dominating possession. They're down a goal, but they've had the better chances. And they don't look like slowing down.
They're just like my soccer team, always dominating possession, always passing, dribbling, great technique, great performance, but they can never put their chances away.
Well, we'll see. They've got 10 minutes and injury time to change that up. Just a goal levels this up, and again, if we are tied at the end of 90 minutes, we go to 2 15-minute halves of extra time, and if it's tied after that, we go to penalties. A spot in the final is on the line. The final will be played on Saturday here at Macalester at 7 p.m. You can get tickets online at mnsupercup.com, and if I were you, I would go get those right now.
I can tell in the finals, the two teams that make it, if Vlora make it, they're so aggressive, they're so big, and they're just gonna use that to their advantage once again against this team in the final. We'll see in the Minneapolis City versus Med City semifinal game. I'm excited to see how these two semi games turn out.
I am too. This is the first year of this tournament, and the level of play. Unfortunately, Med City have just scored to make it 3-2, just a few minutes left down in Rochester, and they now have the lead. Looks like an own goal for Minneapolis City. That said, with the first-year tournament, to have the level of play, to have the intensity of games, to have these teams go at it the way that they have is just fantastic. And, it shows the quality and the quality and depth in the state of Minnesota. Time is ticking down, but neither game is over yet as both Minneapolis City and Minnesota United U19 fight for their lives here in the Super Cup. Great tackle.
Shot.
That sets up a good shot. Ipses. A little bit too easy for Wolf, but you gotta love the aggression there. Karajas on the own, working hard to close down Vlora in their own half. Wolf again, right to the edge of his box as he clears that out. This is about the best goalkeeping display that we've seen here in the Super Cup so far this season. And gosh, if he keeps this up, I'm not sure he'll get scored on. You know, certainly not today. Maybe not in the final. He's got to be feeling good.
Like you said, this is the best goalkeeping we've seen in the Super Cup, and for me, it's probably the best goalkeeping I've seen ever. It's just top notch. What Wolf's been doing, all those fingertip saves. It's just incredible.
Wide, Ipses on the run. He somehow tracks it down. He's fouled. That's not a terrible position for a free kick, although again you just have to look at the height difference between Vlora and Minnesota United, and you got to wonder what the U19s are going to do here.
Wolf, he's just been at the ball on these free kicks. I hope he does the same. That would just be really entertaining. He's been very entertaining. Some very close shots, some very great saves.
Oh, nice ball, headed right at Mitch Wolf. Wow.
Strong header. I saw that and I'm like, Wolf's got to be on his toes for that. And he was. Catches it and saves it. Vlora with the upper hand. Nice head passing.
I mean, how United have not scored yet today is a little bit beyond me, but again, all credit to the Vlora defense. They have been strong all night long. And we've got a yellow card there.
This is a lot of yellow cards in one game. I think that's our 4th or 5th one so far.
Well, it's getting touchy here as the minutes count down.
Number 16, Robert Cooper in the 85th minute.
Robert Cooper goes in the book.
Yes, now there's two Vlora players and 2 United players that have been booked so far.
O'Keen presses hard on the ball. Vlora win it. They can't make it count.
United again with so much space in the midfield. That's what's been making them so strong this game.
Con, a great ball through. Can he get the... Oh. Blocked down. What incredible defending in depth, and Wolf falls on the ball.
I saw that, and I'm like, when Wolf missed it, I'm like, that's got to be a goal. He's just going to hit with his left. No, he stopped, took his time, and appeared to be.
That's a tough one. Moving away from the goal. Can't turn quite quickly enough. And then you saw how quickly Vlora had 3 defenders closing him down. It's just been really an incredible defensive display from the boys in red today. They came in with a game plan. It demanded perfection and execution, and they did it.
That's just top-notch defending, just defending as a unit.
And looks for a shot with his left. Perhaps he wished he hadn't.
Looked like he hit the ground right before he hit the ball.
Nice hold-up play, but those Vlora press and packs are pushing United back. Just a few minutes back, and a few minutes left. United again on the attack, but there's just a wall of red shirts every time you get around the 18-yard box.
great defending. You have your midfielders, your forwards.
And it looks like Robert Cooper is calling for a substitution. And you've got Indaw down.
Looked like he needed a sub. Rolled his arms, like switch. Not sure if he was hurt, tired, overheating. I just hope he's okay.
You don't see that in MLS, folks, so bet you're glad that you're tuning into the Super Cup. I sure am. You are. And look at this. He's through, and that evens it up. Here we are in the 89th minute. That is just incredible scenes here as Leon scores to level it. 1-1 now. Minnesota United, U19s, and Vlora FC. This is what Cop Soccer is all about.
He's just going to be so happy with himself. That last-minute goal and, like, almost last minute.
Absolutely. And, you know, after having Wolf stopped a few of those almost the same way, you know, could this really change the confidence game for United? It very well could. Again, if we are level here, we're going to go to two 15-minute extra time halves. And then we're going to go to penalties if it's level there. The substitute Arias with the assist.
Like I said, this first half, Dan, I said, United, if they keep creating those good chances across the middle, just past those defenders, right next to Wolf, at some point in this game, last minute, middle, early, they're going to get a goal no matter what, and I was right.
Double substitution by Vlora FC in the 89th minute. Coming on, number 7, Asim El Sayad, or number 16, Robert Cooper. The second substitution coming on, number 19, Andy Mendoza, or number 15,
And we will have our 5th yellow card of the game. It's been a very, very aggressive game, as we have seen, with the handful of yellow cards in it.
We have, and we've got Mendoza on for Indaw, who was injured. And then Asim El Sayad gets booked here in the 90th minute, and we are into injury time here in St. Paul. It's 1-1, and if we end 90 minutes level, we go to two 15-minute halves of extra time.
That would be very exciting to see, and if it stays level like I think it will, if we go into these 15-minute halves.
And that's the final from Rochester. Med City from Rochester defeat Minneapolis City 3-2, and they're going to move on to the Super Cup final on Saturday here in St. Paul at Macalester College. You can get your tickets online, and Med City will face the winner of this Minnesota United Vlora game.
Cross.
And Mitch Wolf is there again.
He's just so commanding over his box stand. It's just great goalkeeping.
It absolutely is. And we've got an offside here as the minutes tick down. This one's clearly going to extra time, and it'll be interesting to see how both sides manage the substitutions that they have left, and think about staying in that last goal or letting it go into penalties.
Yeah, United, they just want to get to the final so bad, but they also just in this 90-degree heat. They just want to be done. They're so tired. Now you're adding an extra half an hour to this already 1 hour and a half game. It's 2 hours of practically non-stop running, jogging. Like, you're going to be tired just after the first half even. Now you're going to have to play practically another full half here. United.
And it'll be interesting to see how the final plays out. 'Cause, if you look at a club like Minneapolis City, USL League Two, they went down to Rochester playing probably half of their team. It's 7 guys who had played in the futures as their college players head back, to take on a side that had more there, but also, in the MPSL you do lose some of your college players as well against, Vlora side and Minnesota United side, who aren't going to have that same situation. And how you kind of manage your teams and think about how they play through this summer season is going to be an interesting dynamic as we look to that final. I'm doing everything I can to make this one interesting. Always tough to have the big team knocked out, but that's cup football for you.
Just tournaments, once you get to the knockout rounds, it's just so scary. You're like, I have to win or tie this game, and then you have to win the game to get to the finals. You're like, we have to win, we have to get the goals in, we have to play smart, we have to play well to get to the finals, and then to eventually win the finals.
But you love the excitement that's coming from this, right? So Minnesota United here scoring, 88th minute. Minneapolis City in the 91st minute smash one off the crossbar. That could have been an equalizer. And the excitement of this tournament and the ability to start to bring clubs together here in Minnesota soccer across leagues is really what the tournament's all about. And having that type of excitement in these games and that type of meaning in games just shows that this is an important trophy, and it's one that one that every team really is fighting for. And you love to see it, I guess, is the TLDR. Vlora almost break through, and they are through again. Can they finish? What a save from Roach when he's one-on-one.
That is top-notch.
What drama. Vlora have scored in the dying minutes of injury time before, and they have the ball again. Sliding clearance.
United, just all of a sudden, bam, Vlora's up in their 18-yard box. And it's just, boom. Vlora, they've been good, but they haven't really gotten past the 20 on what the football field here has said. But all of a sudden, boom, they're in your 18-yard box. And a lot of top-notch goalkeeping. That's what we've seen today by Wolf, and as we've seen right here by Roach. That's just going to be this is a fun game. So scary, so dangerous.
Yellow card issued to Vlora, number 11, Dylan Sanchez in the 95th minute.
That is our 6th yellow card of the game. This is so aggressive, as we've seen with these 6 yellow cards.
Oh, and a lovely ball through, and we see Kana in. Flag for offsides. That was a close one.
If it hadn't been in offsides, United would have taken the lead in extra time.
And that's the end of 90 minutes. It is 1-1 here in St. Paul between Minnesota United U19 and Vlora FC in the Super Cup semifinal. We'll have 2 15-minute halves of extra time, and the winner is going to meet Med City, who just ran out 3-2 winners over Minneapolis City in the other semifinal down in Rochester. We'll have a short break, and we'll see you back for extra time. And here we are back for extra time at Macalester with Vlora FC level with Minnesota United U19s 1-1 in the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. We have a substitution here as we go into extra time. Perry Blay is off, and we've got Vang coming on. That's a change at right back, and Blay has been excellent so far this game. It'll be interesting if that comes along with a tactical change, or if we're just going to be doing a one-for-one swap. Right now, United still sitting in their 4-3-3. Vlora counter with their 4-1-4-1.
I really hope this substitution for United helps, or at least keeps the tabs the same, because if they get worse with the substitution, United's going to be out of this tournament. Vlora.
Oh, and that was a last-ditch tackle there. Nice work from Joe Nagasho. He had to do it, as Andy Mendoza would have been through. Nice little poke ball there. And, you know, having Suat Soljic on has really started to create some extra space there for Vlora in the middle. It's getting a little chippier. You can hear it on the field and in the stands.
Yes, it's so aggressive. They're just getting so desperate. Both teams want to win so badly. This is just getting so aggressive. The first few minutes of the game was so slow. Just United really patient on the ball. They've gotten less patient as the game's progressed, but they are now dribbling instead of just one touch, and that's worked well for them. As while they were doing that, they scored. And Wolf, he's been doing great. Roach had that one amazing save at the end. I'm just really excited to see how these 15 minutes play out.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that jump on a kind of a slack pass, and we'll look at Vlora continuing to look to counter, take advantage of United's commitment to possession there.
Yes, right away in this first 15-minute pass, just have Vlora right on the ball. All of a sudden.
Oh, and that's a lovely ball through. It's just seen all day. It's just been time in the midfield for United to pick that pass. Just crowded out there on the attack, but just lovely stuff. Anytime that Vlora black line shows any sort of space behind them, it's exploited. There's Kana, turns. Good defense from Vlora.
Yeah, as you said, their back line is getting really low. Because as we've seen, like you just said, once there's space behind them, United explode and they're in the box.
A little bit of patience from Vlora. Oh, lovely dink. Can't quite get over the top of the defense. This game has really opened up.
That ball there looked very promising, but United just got the tip, and then Broach comes out and grabs it.
They did. That was all they needed.
Just great positioning by the goalies tonight.
We love a good back heel. That unfortunately is to nobody. Not quite able to get the final ball here, though, although they're really challenging Vlora, who are content to soak up pressure and break out. Now, we've seen that cross-field ball cause some issues. That one just a little bit overcooked there. We've got about 10 minutes left here in the first half of extra time. And there feel like there are goals left in this game.
I do too. Vlora, all of a sudden, they've had so much more possession just in this half and like the last 10 minutes of the 90 minutes. And it's just so amazing to see how Vlora was losing possession in the first half and early second. And then right now and at the end of the second, it's just so much more possession.
Substitution for Vlora FC in the 96th minute. Coming on, number 9, Vlora. For number 13, Adonis Vicente.
We have a substitution for Vlora. Vlora is coming on. And it looks like he's going to slide on over on the left wing. Adonis Vicente. I'll be coming off.
Looked like that ball had potential, but then forward laid off.
Well, you can see that low block from Vlora was really making it difficult for United to find any space to run onto the ball. And, sitting those 3 center midfielders in front makes it difficult to find space on the top of the 18. Some nice pressure there. Puts Alvarez under the caution. He's got to knock it out for a corner. I think that's probably what it's going to come down to. Who's going to take the risks? Who's going to pressure? Who's going to force someone into a mistake, particularly as those minutes tick away and you've got it in the back of your head. No mistake, no mistake, no mistake. Well, that's when it gets you. Nice little flick over the top. Oh, that is great defending. Really excellent defending there. And you've seen just both of those center backs use their experience, use their positioning. Oh, that was lovely because, anything less and you've got United just right up their throat. And this has been a masterclass. Shouldn't have said that right when he kicked it out of bounds, but if we can ignore that, it has been a masterclass, I promise. Soljic with a big tackle there.
This ref, he just must be feeling so pressured this game, especially at the end with all the fans and players just so...
They're starting to get on him, aren't they? I think he's had a really nice game myself. Letting them play when they need to. Being very consistent in his calls, but you know, if you're in the stands and it's your team playing, you always got to. Oh, nice ball. Leatherman tracking back on Bokeen. Roach gets there on Bokeen's little dink into the box. That really needs to be a little bit more quality to break down this United team. What a great ball. Speaking of, whew, and the flag goes up.
That was a very close call, that AR. He's just like, is he off? Is he not off? I just got to see. And then he was off by like a step, a foot. It was so close, but it's a good call.
We're deep in the first half of extra time. Just a reminder that we'll have a second 15-minute half of extra time. And if it's still level then, we go to penalties to decide who is going to be in the Minnesota Super Cup final.
There will be a booking.
There will definitely
There's gonna be a booking.
a booking there. Oh,
There's no booking. Wow. I expected to see a card out.
stern words and don't do that again from the referee. That'll probably get him to stop.
Yeah, probably. I think he already has a yellow. That's why the ref didn't immediately book him. Wants to say, dude, just stop. Next time I'm gonna give you a red. Don't want to bring out two colors this game.
I mean, not at this point in the game for something as silly as that. Bokeen on the ball, heavy touch. You can see how stretched this game has gotten. United continue to look for that little dink over the top, use some pace to get into that space behind the Vlora defense.
But the defense, so center defenders, they're just so much taller. They're going to have a really tall dink to get it over these defenders, especially when they can jump, get the ball.
You know, it's a narrow window to be able to play that ball, and you know, they've had some luck, but not enough. Nice move, Hana. And that's clear from Chuqueros. Yet again, looking to play that ball over the top, and with how low that block is, it was just we've seen all too often. You're overhitting it, even if you underhit it, you just don't really have the right type of angles. We're seeing some of the United wingers get buried, and it's just been a really professional performance from the Vlora defense. Very, very disciplined. They've been difficult to break down while having maybe 30% of the possession. Yeah, Jose Mourinho would be very proud of this performance, and you have to say it's a professional one. I don't say that with any shade. It's been excellent tactically.
And like I said, you're going to need a big dink to get over these defenders, and it's going to have to be really, really big. So you're going to have your defender or forward 5 yards behind that defensive line if you even want to try and get a touch on it.
Well, this is where Vlora's been so dangerous at really any set piece, using their height to their advantage. And you see the big guys coming up from the back. And we're right at the end here of the first half in extra time. Can they snag one? We'll see. It's always felt like with Vlora, if they're going to score, it is going to be on a set piece. It is going to be from an aerial ball. And when you're twice as big as the defenders, why not? On a good header away from Leatherman.
And that's the first half of extra time.
We've got 15 more to play here before we go to penalties in the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. The winner of this match will face Med City from Rochester, Minnesota in the final here on Saturday, July 29th at Macalester College. Might not be the biggest draw it could have been, but, you know, you play the game for the upsets, you play the game for the interesting matchups, and, you know, we're certainly going to have one where we'll have NPSL play against the winner of UPSL or MLS next, and you know, really bringing soccer together, kind of overcoming the differences between leagues, you know, really driving that, and togetherness and partnership has been the point of this competition, and it's great to see it happen. It's great to see all the clubs really embrace it and play strong teams, or at least as strong as they can. You know, given the demands of a summer season and certainly this time of year, kids going back to college. But there's been no shortage of effort and no shortage of excitement. And in just a minute or two, we'll have the sides out for the last 15 of extra time. And the teams are walking out for the second half of extra time. It's 1-1 here at Macalester College. Minnesota United U19s against Vlora FC in the Super Cup semifinal. The winner plays on Saturday back here at Macalester College, 7 p.m. You can get tickets online at mnsupercup.com. They'll play Rochester's Med City FC, winners in the semifinal earlier today. This one started slowly. Very, very cagey opening 45. I'm not going to say it exactly burst into life, but you really saw the teams open up. You saw some nice goals, saw some good chances. Seen maybe some tired legs, and you know, the hope for the neutral is that starts to open things up, and we have a last 15 that maybe is a lot like Vlora's last game in this competition, where there were something like 4 goals in extra time as they drew with St. Croix 4-4 and went through on goal difference. And we're off. We'll see if anything can separate these two. Vlora have really grown into this game. You know, they really are reliant on their defense, particularly their 2 center backs, Alvarez and Trijeros, and their goalkeeper, Matt Wolf, for keeping them in the game and giving them the chance to you know, be here right now. But as the match has gone on, they've really grown in stature and really started to ask questions of Minnesota United. United, you know, on their part, continue to be very, very patient, continue to play their game. Struggled maybe to find space as that low block and the big Florida defenders have cut things off. But gosh, don't they look good on the ball. You know, really nice, clean players.
That's some great defending right there.
That really is a bad giveaway, but love how he came back, used his body. When he got size, you know, as Vlora certainly do against the U19s, it makes sense to use it.
United has certainly just been all up in the midfield, but once they try and get past that defense, they're immediately shut down by that wall. Their 2 center backs.
Yeah, the 4-1-4-1's really been working for Vlora. You know, certainly with the size they've got, it allows them to clog the middle, push United out wide. Oh, we've got a yellow card for United now. That's the, what, 7th in the game? Yeah, well, it's been going on for longer than usual.
I think the most I've ever seen in one game, like tops, was like 2 or 3. This game we've had 7. That just shows how aggressive you have to be.
Yellow card issued to Minnesota United number 24, Justin Arias, in the 118th minute.
That yellow card went to Justin Arias, second half substitution. Here comes Roach. Misses the ball, but it's cleared.
He got very lucky right there.
He sure did. He laid out his teammate. And that's going to require the physio. Ouch.
If a Vlora player got into that ball, United would have been out of the finals unless they could snag a goal in the last 10 or so minutes. They did in the 90 minutes of the original game, though.
They sure did. And, you know, they've got the fitness and the energy, really.
Yeah, they're using their youth and their, like, speed really to their advantage against Vlora right here.
you never want to see someone hurt, but the great thing about having a player down like this for a number of minutes is it gives a lot of leeway to the referee to decide what he's got for added time. Personally, I like a little jeopardy at the end of a close-fought game, especially with a spot on the final on the line. And we'll just have to sit here not knowing exactly when this game is going to end. Does that add 30 seconds? Does it add 6 minutes? We'll see.
With that foul, though, that's going to add at least like a minute or two.
Maybe we've got a time black box, and I would love to see us play as long as possible between these two teams. And a great ball over the top up. Mitch Wolf is there.
As always.
Vlora get their drum going again.
It's been going on all game. I hope it just gives them the energy to fight, knowing that their fans, maybe some family are here just cheering them on.
And a nice shot just wide. That was a nice interplay from United, and the great thing about this attack for them is they're able to get it in a dangerous spot. All too often they've been pushed out wide. They've settled for playing it back, trying to dink over again, or stayed buried. But in this one, really, really nice to get into a meaningful position and just fired it wide of the post.
Looks like Vlora will get the free kick.
They don't mind running the time down. They've got a goalie in form and Mitch Wolf. They've been here before with the experience that they've got. At this point, they've got to be thinking, yeah, let's send it to penalties. Let's win this one in penalties. Let's see you in the final.
Though Roach, he and Wolf have just had such great tips, and as we've seen there, just hitting it out of the box, clearance with your hands.
Whoa, and we'll see. Did that fall in? It didn't go over the line. The linesman was right there. He waves it off. Roach pulling back, knocking into the post, into the crossbar, but he keeps it out. That's what you got to do.
Roach himself, everything except his hands, was behind the line. That was some great form, great, as to say, right spot at the right time.
Oh, very nice there from Vlora. Bokine is in. Ooh. Gonna wish he did something a little bit more meaningful with that one. But a nice interchange with the impressive Vera Martinez. I've seen Vlora really on the front foot, full of energy, jumping on the ball. Great spot. What a save from Roach. Another opportunity for Macondo. It's charged down. Wow.
Some great goaltending right there. Just throws his hands out.
That was a nice, quick reaction save.
You just got to have, when you're a keeper, you just got to have that reaction time.
Yeah, Roach looks over at Mitch Wolf, says, anything you can do, I can do better. Scooped high, Roach claims.
When you're a keeper, you gotta be tall, or you gotta be able to jump high on those corners.
I mean,
That's what's gonna make a difference in games. If you can just jump over those defenders.
especially players as big as Vlora's. You know, that height advantage they've used well. Ooh,
Good interception.
that was. You're starting to see United tire a little bit. And Bokeen, is he through? He is. Can he get past Roach? He can. And he fires wide with the goal gaping. Mark Bokeen went past two defenders and the goalkeeper. Oh, that one hurts.
You can see his teammates are on the ground. He's gonna wanna cry. Got past the two defenders, past the keeper, and then shoots it wide. When he got past Roach, I was like, United, they're not going to finals. And he fires it wide, and I'm like, oh my gosh. As they say, expect the unexpected.
Certainly in this tournament. You would have bet your house on Bokeen scoring that one.
And then
especially
you would
on
have
his
lost
favorite
your
Westwood.
house.
Yes, would have lost the house. That would have been embarrassing. I mean, Vlora have absolutely played into this game, and they look like they've got the confidence bringing this forward. Ton of energy, full of ideas. Yeah, they've managed their energy. They've managed this game tactically perfectly. It's been very, very impressive.
I don't know if this is every game, but they come out really slow. I think it might just be because of the heat. Just come out really slow, thinking the other team will have the upper hand, and then at the end, boom. They're in your box. They're on your half the field. They're strong. And you've been working hard all game, so you're a little bit tired. Just, that's a good strategy. Appears to be time wasting. Appear to be like 20 yards up.
Well, every second counts, and particularly if you've got a goalkeeper like Mitch Wolf, yeah, take it to penalties. Why not?
Roach and Wolf, they're both so good. The reaction time is great. They can just get their hands out. I think as we go into this penalty shootout, it's going to be very, very entertaining to see. There have been so many fouls, just like 10 yards out of the box. And
that's that low block that's given United the opportunities kind of right outside the 18 there. But outside of that first one, that we saw Romanchin smack it against the bar, a lovely free kick. It hasn't really been threatening, and that's a tactical foul there. Definitely going to get a yellow, but break up the attack, and that's one of those things where it's a little bit of the dark arts.
And will give us our 8th yellow card of the match. I'm surprised we haven't even seen a red yet.
Yellow card issues in the 119th minute against Vlora number 18, Swag.
Good thing he has his book, otherwise he would forget to give a player a yellow or a red.
Well, that's a great thing. Soldier comes on the second half. He does everything he's got to do, really locking up this defense, and when he's got to make a professional foul, he does. Nice header across the goal, but Mitch Wolf is there. He'll bleed off some more time, too.
Come down with less than a minute here.
And now we'll get to see what the referee does with that extra time. He has the opportunity to add a fair amount.
Can Vlora do something?
Wide to Bokeen again. Bokeen slips, and the chance is wasted.
That's what you see a lot of times. Just players, they have a very promising attack, and then they pass it, and their teammate just runs by it or gets defended.
Oh, there we go. United on the attack. They've got a great opportunity. Oh, and that's just been it. You know, that you got that touch right as you're getting into a promising position. It's just a little bit heavy. And we've seen that from both teams in the end. Well, the referee has said there's going to be a minimum of 1 minute of extra time. I was hoping for a little bit more, not going to lie, but I do like a good penalty shootout, and that's what's going to happen if this ends level. Vlora taking their time, looking to ensure that it does.
You can see by the way they've acted in the second half of extra time, they are depending on Wolf so much.
And why not? He's been in great form today, full of confidence. And with their experience, you know, that experience, confidence, attitude, belief, those are the types of things that win you a penalty shootout, really. Ball falls to Bokeen again. His touch lets him down. And that's it. We're going to penalties here in the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. Minnesota United U19 against Vlora FC. Extra time adds 1-1. And we'll see in a little bit here for the penalty shootout.
This is going to be very exciting to see.
And we are back here at Macalester College in the Minnesota Super Cup semifinal. We've gone to penalties in this match between Minnesota United Academy and Vlora FC. It's been a back-and-forth match, a number of big chances. In the end, though, a draw was probably just about fair. And here we are to decide who is going to face Med City in the final. The final is Saturday, July 29th. It will also be here at Macalester College. You can get tickets now at mnsupercup.com. I'd suggest you do, based on the crowd tonight, a fun one, a decent one. We'll see a big one here for the final, no matter which of these two sides goes through. Taking the first penalty for Vlora, center back Hector Trijeros. He has been excellent today. In fact, the whole Vlora defense has. And we'll see him set up to take his penalty against Minnesota United goalkeeper Jack Roach.
With how many shots both teams have been taking, with how many great saves the goalies have been making, this is going to be a very fun penalty shootout.
Exactly. Both goalkeepers coming in with some confidence. You've got the experience against Vlora against the exuberance of Minnesota United. Trijeros.
Score!
Oh, right up the middle. Yes, he does.
Goal!
Vlora score their first, and Minnesota United are up to take theirs. Mitch Wolf, the Vlora goalkeeper. Crowd starting to get on him. Oh, ice cold. That's 1-1. Just love the tension of a good penalty shootout. At the end of the day, I'm not sure that it's really the fairest way to determine the difference between the two teams, but it's what we've got, and it's awfully fun to watch. Jack Roach, he shapes up, and he's going to look to face off against Ricardo Vera Martinez. And a save! Full stretch. He knew which way to go. That is delightful.
Top-notch goalkeeping right there.
What a good jump on that ball, and he didn't leave his line too early. You're absolutely right. That was excellent goalkeeping. Leo O'Connor coming up to take Minnesota United's second penalty against Mitch Wolf. Vlora have scored one and missed one. Minnesota United have scored one and are taking their second. Sorry, I believe that's actually Pascal Leatherman. Little jog step, and Mitch Wolf saves. But if you look, the referee is going over to the linesman. Did he leave his line too early? It looks like he did.
You can see he's not happy about that, just on the ground. So sad.
Oh, that is frustrating. A great jump on the ball, a great save.
And I can see why he did that line run up. He just ran, stop, and then ran again. He's going to just, the reflexes where you stop, that's when you're usually getting ready for your
That's
shot.
true.
That's just going to tricky run up.
Now, let's see. Which way is he going now? Leatherman with a second chance. And he buries it. That's Minnesota United 2, Vlora with 1. Wolf still upset about that. It might be rightly so on that one.
It was a close call, but the linesman made his call. Jack Roach up to try and save yet another penalty. He saved one and let one in. Let's see which the tiebreaker is.
And Oscar Alvarez, the other center back. He's up to take Vlora's third. And he finishes nice and easy. Vlora have scored 2, missed 1. Minnesota United have scored their first 2. It's a long walk to the penalty spot. But at least there's no scuffing of the penalty spot. When you've got turf, that might be the only reason you'd want turf in a situation like this. Oh, and what a finish into the corner.
Bottom corner. You're not saving that shot when it's that good, that strong in that area.
You definitely aren't. Wolf goes the right way, can't get there. That's Minnesota United 3, Vlora 2. We're in the 4th for Vlora. Have scored 2, missed 1. United have scored all 3. Alejandro Cosmopoulos steps up for Vlora. And that's a save! Cosmopoulos points to the linesman, but Roach did not leave early. That is delightful. Minnesota United 3, Vlora 2 after 4. This is going to be a win if they bury this one.
United make this goal, they have a good chance of going to the finals.
Well, if they make this, they're in the final. They'll hit 4, and Vlora will not be able to equalize. The pressure's on right now. Is he going to send them into the final against Med City? And he does! Minnesota United U19 are in the Super Cup final. They'll play Rochester's Med City on Saturday, July 29th, 7 p.m. here at Macalester College. What an incredible set of games today in the Super Cup. Lots of late drama. We'll see you on Saturday.
Final score of tonight's game, Minnesota United FC MLS Next advances on penalties 4-2. Other scores around the tournament. Down in Rochester, Minnesota, Med City FC wins by a score of 3-2. And they will meet Minnesota United FC MLS Next here on Saturday, July 29th at 7 p.m. here at Macalester College. Tickets are available at mnsupercup.com. We hope to see you all there to see the thrilling conclusion of this fabulous tournament that we've seen this year. Thank you again for coming out. Drive home safely. Wow. Yeah, fight the game. Can you please?